their individuality. Now chairman of a camera car company and a leading film director, 30 years ago, out of work, unwilling to try anything for a break.
I always felt that if I ever wanted to make any big money, that I was going to have to do something that would put my life on the line, for the simple reason that I didn't have an education, and I was trying to make money and build a reputation.
In the television series You Asked For It, he finally caught the attention of the stunt community.
First of all, just jump out of an airplane 18 feet in the air going 57 miles an hour is not too bad. But then to time it so I can hit that guy, because the horse is only running 30. If I hit that horse too hard, running that fast, there's going to be three of us in a big heap out there. That was tough. I mean, that took perfect timing, a great deal of agility, even though when I finally did it, I dug my head in the ground. I looked like an ostrich trying to hide, but I thought I was lucky just to come out of it at all. There's an excitement about it to risk your life. I mean, or even risk harm to yourself, breaking a bone or any kind of danger. There's a certain excitement to it. I mean, when I joined the military, why did I join the paratroopers? I could have stayed in the infantry and been just as well off. I thought it'd be exciting.
By 1977, Alan directed his first film, Smokey and the Bandit. Its huge box office success meant he could write his own ticket. Called Hooper, his second film entertainingly told the tale of an aging stuntman. Some colleagues were critical of the dramatic license it took, but the public loved it.
Action! Go! Go! Go!
Now, as director, Al would rely heavily on his stunt coordinator, Bobby Bass, to put this wild, hazard-filled sequence on film.
I had a very complex situation in there, man. I had 14 cameras running at one time, 2 city blocks on fire. I had stuntmen turning over cars. And we did it in one take with 14 cameras. That's the kind of stuff you like to do, because, boy, when you get through with that, you say, I nailed it. You know, that's the good stuff.
I'll have these 2 cars come across.
This is Alan Gibbs. At 47, he's known as one of the handful of stuntmen who can do it all.
And you'll get to see it all. You know what I'm saying? If we get so wide that you...
Trained as a young man by Hal Needham, he's now stunt coordinating the action for Shakedown, a cop thriller being shot on New York locations, most of them as difficult as this one on Times Square. His status as a master of car stunts was confirmed with this record jump in Smokey and the Bandit, a record still unbroken in film. For 15 years, Alan doubled Jack Nicholson in virtually all his action scenes. In this delightfully mad but risky scene from Terms of Endearment, Alan doubles Jack with Jeannie Epper sitting in for Shirley MacLaine. In The Witches of Eastwick, Alan designed this visually original stunt and naturally did the hard part for Jack.
So he's coming in, we bring that up.
Also known for his generous treatment of young stunt people, Alan had brought on Jack Gill to coordinate Shakedown. 2 weeks into filming, Alan fell ill and was rushed back to Los Angeles. The diagnosis, cancer.
I'll come in at maybe 15.
When Alan was back there in L.A., I kept trying to call him while he was getting all the tests done. And we stayed on the phone a lot, back and forth. And he said, I want you to hold the cannon roll for me, because I still want to do the cannon roll. And I said, Alan, if you can get back to New York, you got the cannon roll. I'll put you in it in a second, and we'll have all the safety guys here for you. It kept us going throughout the whole picture, and we had another 3 months to shoot on this thing. It had a lot of major stunts to do. So every time we did something major, we all started thinking about Alan, because if Alan's got the guts to come out and try and do this cannon roll, we even think about it in the condition he was in. You know, we said, look, we can try a little bit harder on this one. It's not that big a deal.
Alan wouldn't return to do the cannon roll. He died soon after the film was finished. Jack Gill did it himself, triggering 3 sticks of dynamite to produce the biggest, most dramatic role he'd ever done. elaborate safety precautions taught him by Alan had all proved out. His friends recall the profound impression he made on them.
I always looked up to him, and I want to be like Alan.
Alan was one of the most brilliant stuntmen to ever come into this business.
Alan was a good stuntman. He could do it all. He could do it all.
Next to the headache ball.
Great stunts and the stunt people who perform them. We've only scratched the surface of their wonderful work which will never cease to amaze and entertain. Well, are stunt people crazy? Are they always flirting with death? Well, the truth is, statistically, there are other occupations that are more hazardous, such as firefighting and heavy construction, even trucking. The point is, stunt people consciously choose to live on the edge. Maybe that's what makes them different. Jack Gill makes a good living being blown 80 feet off a cliff at night. He's also a happy family man with 2 children and an understanding wife, Morgan Brittany, who best sums up these unique individuals.
On our honeymoon, he runs over to the window of the 30-story hotel room, and he looks out the window and he goes, "This would make a great high fall. I could land right about there." That's what being married to a stuntman is like. Every time they go up in a building, they figure out how to get out of the building without using the elevator.
Oh, excuse me.